Well, I need to welcome you back, and we're still with the big story for today. We're talking about the growing insecurity and the new or recent approach to tackle it, not just in the FCT, but an approach that many feels the federal government should also look at in dealing with the issue of the growing insecurity. Is the present ways of handling it really working? And if it's not working, what needs to be done to indeed change the narrative? But anyway, he's still here with us, narrating or rather discussing about the issue. And I'm talking of no other person but Comrade FM&TV. But what we'll do now is quickly go on the break, get message from our sponsors, and when we come back, all I need to say is another lovely second half edition of the Big Story on Quest today.
Oh, yeah, follow no road, auto better quality. If you talk gas matter, oh, yeah, follow Benetta. Gas with the better quality, Benetta. Gas with the full regiment, Benetta. Every brother na shopal, Benetta. Benetta gas no mago, Benetta. Different type of gas cylinder, Benetta. I feel like that gas we go last you well, Benetta. Benetta now dogu Benetta gas service in a them they run Benetta make you carry go
for gas matter and home delivery. Make you wire Benetta gas plant for 080-6745-7890 and 080-5904-7722. Benetta gas plant, the tequila of gas matters.
It's colorful, so colorful, wow! It's Oza Furniture and Interior Merchant, a leading name for luxurious furniture at Ultra Modern Super Showroom. Well stocked is now located near you for the sales and installation of long-lasting exotic and quality interior and exterior furniture for your living space, such as foreign Turkey royal chairs and sofas, glass, wooden and marble royal dining tables and chairs, conference tables and chairs, executive office tables, reception tables, orthopedic office chairs, etc. Oza Furniture and Interior Merchant has in stock royal king-size and queen-size beds, wardrobes, mirror consoles, wall frames and artworks for decoration, wine bars, big TV shelves and TV stands, gym equipment like motorized gym bicycles, gaming chairs, treadmills, outdoor swing chairs, etc. All at affordable prices. We deliver with our vehicles. To make your home that cozy paradise, locate our super showroom along DSC Expressway opposite Platinum Banquet Place, beside Ugboloposo Junction, Efru, Delta State. Or call 0806-394-3198 or 0703-368-7179. Uzo Furniture and Interior Merchant for comfortable home interior furniture experience.
Well, it's an experience that is sad and leaves a sour taste in the mouth. And we're talking about the issue of insecurity that seems to be growing by the day. With the recent approach coming from the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, be the best to take, especially as it looks towards putting a bounty on the heads of criminals, 20 million, which indeed is a large sum. Well, anyway, it's only time that will tell if that will definitely help to scale down the rate of insecurity in the land. But anyway, like I said, we still have him here right here. I'm talking of no other person but Comrade FM&TV helping out with the discussion. Let's see if we further deepen our discussion. And in doing that, I want us to leave the shores of the FCT and look at a more brighter scope as it concerns insecurity in the country. Sad one yesterday. Zafara indigenes came out to lament the growing havoc of bandits with their daughters raped at will by these bandits. And just yesterday also in Zafara State, 2 policemen were killed and 40 people were abducted by these ravaging bandits. But that's not where it ends. Just day before yesterday, Tuesday to be precise, the Senate had a major section with the security chiefs. And at the end, many were waiting for their outcome. But oh, how disappointing it is for those that they came out to tell us that, well, they are 100% comfortable with the approach being taken by the service chiefs in dealing with insecurity. That's what he said.
Mike.
But I am to ask you a question. Do you feel that the service chief have a strong grip on the growing insecurity, or do you have deep reservations about the growing insecurity? That's the question I want to ask.
If you ask me, I have a very, very deep-rooted reservation over the approach to this issue. Drastic problem needs drastic approach.
Do you feel we are winning the war?
We... Eh?
Oh, okay, well, sorry, just go ahead.
Anyway, we won, but we cannot come home. You know the meaning of that?
Then you've not won. But anyway, go ahead.
The approach to the insecurity problem should be changed. We need to rejig this issue. The National Security Advisor should sit up, should buckle up over what to be done. If you say they are very comfortable about the approach, which means they are happy about what is happening. That's just the solution.
They said they had an extensive
10 hours.
10 hours
Yes, 10
of drilling of the service chiefs.
Yes, 10 hours.
Were you surprised with their communique or their statement after that very meeting?
I'm not surprised because if you say the snake did not sting, then he has not done his job. The snake, his duty is to sting. So if you come with a different report, then you'll be surprised. I'm not surprised about what they came up with, simply because I think they are very comfortable with what is happening. You cannot tell me that we will be in a state of siege. We are not in a war situation. The people that have been killed in this insurgency is even more than those that were killed during the war.
Nigeria Civil War.
Yes. And you are telling us that you are comfortable with this situation. A whole community will just be wiped out overnight. People will be sleeping in their houses, you turn gun against them.
Christmas Eve, Saturday.
Yeah, you start killing them, raping their wives in their presence, even carrying them into captivity. Look at what they showed one time. They were seated on the floor in the forest. Then one of the bandits came, wanted to stretch their legs, and the man was shooting them one after the other on their legs. And you are telling us that you are comfortable with the approach of this. What is the comfortability in hell? Can anybody explain it? That is very comfortable in hell? We are in serious trouble. We should tackle this. We should tell ourselves the truth. We are in trouble, Mike. Until, of course, they are able to tell us, the security apparatus should be able to tell us this is what we have on ground to curb this insecurity. We have helicopters that can monitor the forest. Why are they not being monitored? We have the capacity and the capability to even put some monumental edifices in this forest and make them reservation. It will drive away some of these miscreants. Why have we not done that? Why are we romancing insecurity in some parts and dealing with them in other parts? Why has the python not danced in the north? That is, sorry, in the Sambisa forest and all these things.
But we'll have high decay right there. We'll have Operation High Decay, which has been there for a couple of years.
What is the result? What have they come up with? Is there any day you wake up to hear that they did not kidnap, or they did not rape, they did not kill? Just mention one day. Up to the fact that the emirs are crying out. So for them to say they are winning the war, I don't understand the angle they are coming from. It's even more injurious to the ears of we Nigerians. If they have been mute, nobody will talk. Nobody will say anything. You cannot judge a man that does not talk. The only thing we say, that man doesn't like talking. But you cannot hold him for anything. But they are coming to tell us that everything is okay. Why we are seeing this thing? Look at that bus that was cornered and the passengers taking away, killing the driver in the process. Leaving that 3 years old girl. Some say it's 3 years, some say it's 5 years. But whether 3 years or 5 years, a little child was left behind. What is the fate of those people till date? Were they killed? Are they demanding for ransom? Have they communicated with the families? Nobody knows. You cannot travel now and you have your heart in position. Your heart will be in your mouth.
But the Senate said, yeah, they might understand all of this. That's why they invited the service chief. But they are comfortable with the approach being taken by the
They should tell us the approach for us to know that what they are doing is right. Look, Mike, I'll tell you, they want to turn this security in the country today. It's an easy job for them to do. Let me tell you, I will not mention names like as usual. My friend was arrested 2 years after the Oka coup. We looked for him, we never saw him. We searched for him, we never saw him. We thought maybe he has
gone to the great beyond.
Exactly. Until he surfaced one day. He spent 23 months underground in Abuja. He said, Odomo, don't offend government too. Please, I beg you. He was arrested just casually. But he said they told him his life history. They brought out his file. What's your name? He said, my name is Sususu. They now asked me a question, if you see yourself, will you know yourself? He said, it is not me. How will I not know myself? Certain much argument. They gave him the file. He said when he opened the file, he shouted, this is me now. His passport photograph was there. His payroll, salary, pay slip was there. Everything about his life were in that file. How did they come to know? It's not in the public sector. It's not anywhere related to the military section. It's not anywhere related to government. Just a private bloody civilian. But they had the dossier of that man. He said the lucky had somebody came and told them that this guy is not part of the people we are looking for. Agreed. How were they able to get his dossier?
3 months.
Underground. The wife he wanted to marry that they've done introduction has gone to marry another person because they do no trace. It just disappeared. So if we have this type of intelligence gathering, why is this one so difficult? That is the question I continue asking. Why is it so difficult? How is it that you're able to move ammunition from a whole part of the country to the other side? Nobody detests. But you move a common gun you want to use in killing animal in your bush, they will hold you for firearms. They see you on the road with cutlass, they hold you with firearms. Now ask yourself question. This AK-47 and other branded minister of truth they carry everywhere, how are they able to move them without anybody seeing them? And you have checkpoints everywhere. The military to actually come up. This is what we are doing. There are sometimes in business, they call it the nuisance value. You may not be gaining anything from that product, but because it is the one that is sustaining the mainstay, you don't want to do away with it. Why don't you say, okay, now this matter is like this. Let us sacrifice this forest. Is it not an approach? Now you are issuing an instruction. These people, they are our brothers. We'll continue to pray for them. That's what the former vice president said. We should continue to pray for them. They are still our brothers. You pray for somebody who brings gun and put gun on your head every day and is not prepared to even listen to your plea. So you should continue praying for them. Why is Israel not praying for Gaza? And you think God is against what Israel is doing? Mike, the government can curb this situation if they want to. But the only thing I know is every snake you see on the road, in the bush crawling, they have hands inside themselves.
Oh, okay, now, yeah, you've given us that very basic reason you feel this festers, and you feel the government do know, but are not having that political will to deal with it.
No political will.
But let's leave that, but look at even a more general term. Because you can only solve something if you know the genesis of its creation. Now, I want us to go to that meeting that was held yesterday by the calling of no other person but the Sultan of Sokoto, when he had a serious meeting with northern monarchs and stakeholders yesterday. Yeah, he came out with a major statement. But one I'd rather take is that he feels the country is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. That's what he said.
We are sitting
on a keg of gunpowder.
It has gone beyond that. We are sitting on a volcanic eruption.
Well, anyway, we'll just pray it doesn't erupt during our time. But let's look at it. And why he feels so is the growing hardship in the country. And I'm now being forced to ask, there seems to be a correlation between insecurity and hunger. It looks as if insecurity is the reason many Nigerians are going hungry. And it looks as if hunger is the reason insecurity
festers.
That's how it is.
It's a coin of two-face.
So, all I am asking now is, are there going to be trying times ahead? Because he said it yesterday, that he cannot, he told Mr. President, sorry, I cannot hold these people anymore.
The guy is just pouring out the bottled anger and statement in the minds of every Nigerian. No Nigerian today is comfortable even with your enormous wealth because you don't know who is after you. And again too, when the Iranians are making that statement too, they have a major role to play. And they are also going to be held responsible for most of these things that are happening in the north. You remember the administration, the last administration of PDP before APC came on board?
Yes, that of Goodluck Jonathan.
Yes, the president went to the north and established a Majiri school. Is that school still functioning? Disabuse the minds of these people. Let them know that they can work and make money. Let them know that the living is not by begging. But immediately he left office, did they continue that policy? Awolowo did say in his time that the children of those you refuse to train today will grow up to haunt your children tomorrow. What are we having now?
So he said.
So he said.
The prediction.
And that is exactly what is happening today. The inability of them to develop their youth led
23 million out of school children.
Out of school, that is just even a far cry. In Delta here, where we are, go to Bomro. What do they call that? Bomro. Yes, that road that leads on DNC going down.
Bomro.
You see how many Almajiri is there in the morning. It's like a stadium. You did not allow these people to go to school. You told them the best. It is written that some people are meant to beg to survive. And when I'm coming to beg you every day, tomorrow you fly aircraft to this place. The other day you go in a limousine. The other day you ride in a 157 million naira motorbike, and I will come and stand, be shaking my place in front of your gate. What are we disgruntled? You can't blame these children for what they are doing. We should blame the system that failed. If the system had not failed, most of this insecurity will have gone down. Now you are saying that we are sitting on the gunpowder. Fine, that's the statement. But what led to the sitting of the gunpowder? The country is divided into three. The West, they are much more of education. If not for the fact that this thing is parabiding into snowballing into other areas, this insecurity was not like in the West, was not there. Just the way it is now, it was not there. In the East, they believe in commerce.
Trade.
They can work and get everything. But do not believe in political power. And if actually you look at the number of years the Northerners have held the
sway as number one.
As number one. It's almost two times the one the other sections have had. What is the rate of development in the North? What is the rate of their development? Awolowo was never a president. It was only when he died.
But he developed his people.
He developed his people. It was when he died, Ojukwu said we lost the best president we never had. Zik and Opara held the East. Zik and Opara were preaching national unity. Awolowo was preaching his own West. If everybody had developed his region before we now become one as a compact entity, most of these problems would have been solved. Do you, as a medical doctor, want to go to the forest and start kidnapping people where you know you have a stable and a reasonable source of income?
Of course.
So the leaders in the North too, they should ask themselves questions. What have we done to our people? Is this how we are going to continue? It will affect the whole country. What is happening is affecting the whole country. But it's affecting them the more. They are not free to sleep. They are not free to travel. They are not free to go to farm. They are not free to go to office. Their wives are not free.
Yeah.
So, what the Sultan has just said is correct. But they are the root cause of what is actually happening in the North. Somebody said it 2 years ago that the North will finish themselves. People thought they might just, I beg you, just talking. But what is exactly we witnessing today? Can you go from Taraba to Kaduna freely now? Can you go from Abuja to Kaduna freely? You will be praying if your vehicle just slows down, even if your mind has left your body thinking that those boys have come again. The northern elders should sit down, address this matter. This Tanko, who was it the chairman of or the president of Arewa Consultative Forum there?
Yes.
Did say
spokesperson.
The North has the monopoly to be in position of leadership. You have the monopoly to sit down there. No problem. What has that monopoly benefited you? Of what benefit is wisdom when it has not brought food to your table? They should address the issue on their own. Address this matter. We are not saying government, federal government should be at the forefront, but they should also tell themselves the truth. If you come to this, if I live in this place and you want to come and do anything here, you may have the more knowledge than myself. Yeah. But I need to tell you where these things are in the room. That is why they say knowledge is a combination of two words. I know, but you have the edge.
Knowledge.
That is the knowledge. By the time I come, you now come and say, this is television, this is this one, this is that. You now ask, okay, you have all this to say. If you merge them, don't you think it will produce this? That is the edge you have over me. And I look at this, oh, but that is knowledge. I know you have the edge. Let it not tell us a blueprint of how they go to get out of this problem. And then let government implement it. In what area will the government come in? What do you expect them to do when they come in? These are the things that should be discussed. They have held so many of them have been chief of army staff, chief of defense, and all these things. What has it transformed in the North? What has it transformed into? If you want to appoint an IG, they will tell you, oh, it's not from this section. Either they retire him, the person prematurely, or they do a posting. All these are part of these issues. Continue to this. Well, if Jonathan had been allowed, sorry, I'm not.
I'm just campaigning.
Yes, it's a system we are discussing about now. If he had gone back and this Amajiri school had continued, many of these people would have seen the reason why they should not be on the street as miscreants. But they don't want it. They don't want it. We were somewhere, today is a Thursday, on Monday, we were discussing religion. I brought out some points. Do you know when woman left her seat? So I can tell me more. As I go to church, I never hear this in any day. Are you sure what you are saying? And I said, okay, you have your phone there, you have Bible in the phone, you say, open to so place, open to so place, open. When they open it, the woman say, I never hear this thing before. Ogata is enter with you. Has the mindset not changed?
Well, I'll plead with you, the unordained, the soon-to-be ordained bishop, to hold on with your religious angle. We need to go on a break now. But when we come back, we'll continue our discussion as we try to really wrap things up of looking at the approach that the federal government needs to take to deal with the growing insecurity. And what should that approach be? Well, it's a question. Let's go on a break.